Hey Risa, today I'm here to share with you my portable pumping station. Now, first off, please excuse my transitions. I opened up my curtains to film and it just set it right off. So ignore that for the time being. But yes, this is something that I used for the first several months of exclusively pumping. It was super helpful. It made things really easy and convenient. I don't use it anymore, but that's just because I have a different routine now, but I still think it'd be super helpful for you guys, especially those of you who want to take something from room to room or just have a designated spot for your pumping supplies without taking up a ton of space. This is a really good solution to that. So I will be linking to everything down below. However, I just want you to keep in mind that I'm by no means saying that you need all of these things. This is just personally what I kept in mind, things that I liked and I enjoyed that I wanted to use every single time I pumped. So just keep that in mind moving forward. I have not really messed with this ever since the last time I used it. I opened it today just to put the pump in, but I'll explain that when I get to it. And one last thing before I show you the container itself, I bought my container from Walmart, I think either a year or two ago during school season. I have not seen it back there since. However, I'm going to be linking you to Michael's. Both of these containers look like they're able to be shipped to your home. So now I'm just going to go ahead and pan you to the shots of my phone showing you the container itself. So here's an overview of my container. And like I said, I did get that from Walmart. It was underneath their brand. I've never been able to find it since, but I found this at Michael's. I actually found this a while back and I've also seen it in store. They're exactly the same. They're just under different brands. And right now it's actually on sale for $8.99. And like I said, they are shipping to home, or you can also do store pickup. And right now it is contactless. And if you need a bigger option, which I will address here in a second, there is also this option. It is obviously a lot bigger. And right now it's on sale for $11.99. And I know that I paid at least $15 for this. So I would very much recommend using Michael's. I mean, if you can find something that's similar and cheaper or just more convenient, obviously go for that. You know, do whatever. But a lot of people, the last time I showed off how I stored my pumping things, really wanted something they could buy online. So I wanted to make sure I could provide that this time around. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, and here's a look at the container itself. So it does have these two latches on the side. Obviously, you just take off the lid, and then it has this little organizer up top that pulls out. Over here, it's one long big tray, and over here, it's 3 divided little trays. So on this side, I just put some of my bigger items like my Booble. I loved this, especially if I was engorged, because it can hold so much. It is basically like other suction kind of devices you've seen all over the place. However, I like this one because I am very large chested. It sat a lot more flush to my breast and I just felt a lot more comfortable with this one. So I kept this nearby. And then I also did keep one of my tiny little milk savers. This was great, just, you know, if it was a regular pumping session. I only needed one because I single pump. I have a video on why I single pump in case you were curious. I always get that question, but yes, definitely kept this one handy as well. And then of course I did have my Lavie massagers. Now I'll be honest, and probably after like the first month I started using these so much that they basically just stayed on the charger or I used them. So these didn't stay in there long, but I did want to put them in here because at some point I did have them in here. So those were in there as well. And then on this side, I have some hand sanitizer and a hair tie because I just always needed those. And then right here, I have an extra pumping bra. This is not the one that I typically use. This was backup because accidents happen. I've leaked, I've spilled, everything else. So I just kept an extra one. This is the Bravado pumping bra. I really like this one as well. It'll actually clip on to whatever you might be wearing at the time. So whether you're already wearing a nursing bra or cami, you can go ahead, clip this on. Really super convenient. But like I said, this was my backup one and I just kept that right in here. And then of course I had some breast pads. These are my favorite Lansinoh ones. Hopefully these are in stock when I need to link these for you because they seem to go out of stock so often. And then over here, in lieu of bottles, I have some breast milk storage bags in case for whatever reason I needed to, you know, pour some milk out while I'm pumping and I forgot a bottle, whatever. This is a better space saver and honestly sometimes just more convenient for me. So I keep storage bags around instead of bottles. Obviously bottles would take up a lot more space, but this will do the same thing. So there's that. And then over here, I have my homemade APNO, which stands for all-purpose nipple ointment. Have a video on that as well. And then my, of course, favorite nipple cream However, this stuff is actual magic. Love it. Can't say enough good things about it. It's Nipple Crack. I've had people ask me if there's actual drugs in this. There is not, guys. It's just kind of a play on words here. So just wanted to address that as well. So that is everything that I would keep up here and how I would basically store everything. Just kind of wanted to keep everything nice and tidy, easy to see. And then on the bottom, I basically kept two things. I would keep the pumping bra that I typically use, which is my XL pumping strap. I've already mentioned this before as well, but this is the one that I would typically use. If this got dirty, I would use the Bravado one. So this is down here at the bottom. Obviously, this is the extra large one. It's meant to fit really large chested mamas, and it's not going to fit up top. So I kept it down here. And then I put this pump in today. This is what I've been using if I am pumping in my bedroom, but whatever pump would be in here would change. It still changes to this day. It really just depends. If I was trying out a new pump, it would be in here. If I had tried a new pump and I liked it a little bit more at the time being, I would put it in there instead of this one. Sometimes I put this one back in. It really just kind of depends what you would find in here. Right now, it just happens to be the Lansinoh Smart Pump. So that kind of changed, but that's everything. I kept it pretty simple. These are basically all the things that I used, and honestly now the only thing that I don't use is probably just the Booble and the Milk Saver, but that's just because with time I started leaking less and less, so I didn't need them as often, but I still keep them handy because there's sometimes that I know I'm gonna. But I really like this setup. Like I said, it's pretty clean, simple, was able to keep everything organized. Now I would recommend that bigger container if you have a bigger pump. Obviously having this small little Lansinoh pump and other small ones, they fit down there no problem. However, if you have something like the Amita Pro, a Spectra pump, that's one of the larger ones, things like that that are a little bigger, I would definitely get the deeper one. That way you can fit your pump in here as well. In the comments, I want you guys to let me know what your one must have for pumping would be. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give a thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching.